This blaster can fire everything.
Wait, everything?
Yeah, everything.
No way. Can I do the thing?
Oh my God.
Please?
Fine, you could do the thing. God. So what is this thing? This is the Flux Labs Gambit. This is an actual blaster that we developed and built in-house. I want to give a special thanks to Rogue AI, who is our in-house Flux Labs designer. Absolutely love the work you've done here. Now the Gambit is currently live on addeddarts.com. So throughout this video, if you really want to get one of these, go grab one today. Make sure to use the official DrFlux Added Darts affiliate link to help support the channel. Now we're going to cover a few things. Number one, where did the Gambit come from? You know, what is it? Number two, it shoots 40 max. So we're going to talk about what is 40 max. And lastly, we're going to cover the future of this blaster. Where's it going? What other stuff is being developed for it? And we'll showcase some of these little side projects that we're working on for the Gambit. So with all that said, let's start with where the Gambit came from. Well, to be honest, the journey started with this, the Nerf Fortnite Flare. This is a break action blaster that shot mega darts. Now I absolutely love the flare, however it had one glaring issue. It needed to shoot something bigger, and there simply just was not enough plunger tube diameter in here or any way to mod it to make it shoot Mega XL effectively. And that's when we found the 40 Max. We'll talk more about what exactly 40 Max is. For the purpose of this story, this is a power unit that basically can be put into something, you push the back button, and it releases green gas. So with this newfound knowledge, I took the Fortnite Flare and tried to stick a 40 Max shell in it. With, it wasn't horrible results, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I took this design over to Rogue AI and I asked, is there any way we can make this to just be a 40 Max launcher? And so he began designing and basically came up with several versions. Now the first version that he came up with was almost a one-for-one clone of the Super Flare. Obviously we don't want to just completely copy the design, but to be fair, it is a completely different blaster because this has a firing mechanism, spring, a plunger tube, all this stuff, whereas the 40 Max shell launcher doesn't have any of that. It's just basically goes like this. Now surprisingly, the mechanical advantage of converting this motion to a push motion, it took Rogue AI a few iterations to figure this out. The key and the secret is actually circular mechanical motion. When utilizing a circle or like a curve action, you lose a lot less energy. And that was the key to the Gambit. The Gambit just has a wonderful, if not the best, 40 Max trigger pull that I found in a blaster. This version right here is probably about version 3 or 4. This is when we actually called it the Gambit. And Rogue AI had so much fun with the Gambit that he actually came up with this. And we call this one the King's Gambit. This right here has a crown that's been put on the end of it and just really is a little play on the words, you know, the King's Gambit. So what exactly is 40 Max? 40 Max is a tight, compact propulsion unit that basically you fill in green gas and it gives enough power that when you push this little back end, it lets it all out. And it's able to produce enough energy to propel pretty much any ammo type that Nerf offers, and then also stuff like airsoft, paintball, and gel ball. The 40 Max canister is definitely a one power system launches all solution. And I absolutely love them because we like to stick them in something like this and shove, you know, a bunch of 50 caliber foam balls, or 10 half darts, or 5 regular darts. It's just a blast. Now, unfortunately, the canisters are not cheap, but if you would like to pick some up, there are some at Added Darts, and with the launch of the Gambit, Added Darts is also carrying the 3D printed threaded shells. Now you can get shells to shoot all kinds of stuff from Mega XL to Mega, half darts, 50 caliber foam balls, rival rounds, ultra darts. The list just goes on. And it does have enough power to fire Demolisher rockets, Atom balls, and of course, we can even fire Titan rockets. Obviously, where the Gambit's concerned, unless you have a barrel that sticks out of the actual blaster, it's gonna be kind of difficult to fire Demolisher and Titan rockets. But it's just to show how much power is in the 40 max canister. I mean, this thing can launch 3 Mega XLs pretty effectively. So in summary, you can see why we absolutely love the 40 max shell. Let's talk about some of the controversy behind 40 max. So 40 max runs off this thing called green gas. Green gas is essentially propane added with silicone. So then the question is, well, can we just use regular compressed air? And the answer is yes, you can. You will have a performance loss, but in some cases where 40 max is a little bit too powerful, the compressed air is just fine. And actually in our local games, to run 40 max shells, they mandate that you use compressed air because it's less powerful. My whole philosophy about green gas is launch large stuff, shoot shotgun blasts, and basically don't single it down to a sniper shot, because those sniper shots are terrifying. So what's the future of the Gambit? This thing has a lot of potential. Now, thanks to Luke from Added Darts and his team, they were able to work with us to get the Gambit up to a level for them to go into full production at Added Darts. What this means is this blaster now is very accessible to a lot of people. Now, all you have to do is head on over to Added Darts and pick one up. Make sure to pick up the canisters, get some green gas, and also shells. Now here at Flux Labs, we have been working on various projects. Like, look at this stock right here. This stock holds 3 40 max shells, which is actually pretty sweet. Bringing this blaster up to 4-shot capacity is actually pretty intimidating. There's also a side project with Domocheski that we're hoping to be able to fit an X-Shot micro inside of a 40 max diameter, which then opens up the Gambit to be used in any play style. You just have a lower powered single shot micro. It's just a micro. The loadouts for this would be amazing, as you have a bandolier just loaded up with micro shells. If you would like to know more about this project, we are referring to it as the Micro Max, and we should have more information in the future. Well, that pretty much wraps up the Gambit. So once again, I want to thank everyone involved with this project, from Rogue AI to designing it, to Coney Dog for all the testing and footage and just having a blast with this thing, and even to Added Darts with his team, you know, making this thing a reality as something that all of you can purchase and buy. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm DrFlux. As always, happy foam flinging.